Good morning. Can you hear me? Let's see. Let's see. All right, I've got 12 o'clock, well, 12 o'clock my time, 11 o'clock your time straight up. So hopefully you can see me and you can hear me. Uh, as you know, I'm still in Ecuador. I was planning to be back, gosh, almost a week ago now. Well, half a week ago, last week, end of the week. But I'm still here. It is a bit of an administrative and paperwork issue. Nobody's hurt, nobody's in trouble, nobody's in jail. I promise I'll explain the whole sordid story when I get back in town. Um, I cannot see you, so I hope that you can see me and hear me. And I'm just going to proceed as if you can, and we're going to do our normal Wednesday balance workout. And gosh, I wish I could see you guys, but you know, soon, very soon. So sit up nice and tall for me, as always. I'm going to do the chin up and down. Take your time. Give your neck full extension and flexion. Do your best to sit up as straight as you can so that your neck moves a little more easily. We want to create as much space there as we can. Things bend better when you've got the vertebrae spaced apart a little bit. And then I'm going to look side to side, chin in neutral, parallel to the floor. Good. And I am just gently warming up. And I need it. I need it because you guys have been exercising all this time I've been gone and I have not. So big side bends. Reach up, side bend gently. We're just looking for a gentle bend of the spine. Big stretch down the side of the body. Up and across. Wait. Okay, let's see. I got word from Michaela that I can try, so hopefully you guys can hear me. As we start stretching, loosening up, lengthening. Oh, pay no attention to the clock behind me. It's wrong. It will not tell you what time it is except for twice a day. And then I'm going to move right into cat-cow. So nice long spine, arch your back, tuck your chin, and reverse. Belly points towards your toes and head up, chin up. Still trying to lengthen the spine in each direction. I'm going to message Michaela and let's see if you guys can see me. There we go. Oh, but keep going because that feels really good. Good, then I'm going to sit up nice and tall and take an easy twist. You can see I have forgotten what we do and in what sequence, so I'm completely making it up as we go along. But that's okay. You guys are probably ready for a little mix-up. And I will apologize if you get any of the street noise. We are on the 7th floor of a 12-story building, but we're on the corner of a busy intersection. So every once in a while, a really loud motorcycle or truck goes by, or people start honking their horns at somebody, and we can hear it all the way up here. Good. Okay, good. I got confirmation that you can see and hear me. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So here we go. I'm doing the one arm at a time reach. As I'm reaching, I'm trying not to arch my back, right? I want to keep my spine nice and upright. We're just looking for a stretch through the back there, and your stretch may end here, right? You may not go all the way overhead. That does not matter. Good. I'm doing easy circles down low, taking the shoulders in circles. It's Wednesday. It's balance day. We're going to do some balance. I've been doing lots of balance work with my dad over Zoom. I'm switching directions here. We've been working out 2 hours a day. Holy cow. I can't believe how hard he's working and making great progress. So hopefully I'll be able to bring you guys up to date on that situation as well when I get back in town. Good. All right. So we already did our twist. We already did our cat cow. Hopefully you guys joined in not too far into the workout. I'm doing toes up now, toes in front of my knees, and I'm not in the shot all the way. There we go. You can almost see my toes there. Not if I put them far enough out, but there you go. There you go. Sit up tall. Look at how crooked I am. Ah, nice. Nice. And as you know, I can't count and talk at the same time. So you're just going to have to tell me telepathically when it's time to stop. I'll usually know when I go way past 12. Slide your heels under and pick up your heels. If I'm in the room with you, I can see out of the corner of my eye who's gassing out and running out of steam. And I can tell it's time to switch. But now you're at my mercy. All right, I'm going to grab one knee and circle at the ankle. Big, juicy circles. You know the drill. Moving the ankle all the way around the circle. I tell you, one of the things, I'm switching directions here. One of the things that's been so interesting working with my dad is the more we work, the more we zero in on exactly where the damage is in terms of what muscles work and what don't, switching legs. So he's really good at coming to the middle of the circle, but has trouble going to the outside of the circle. Who knew? It's just fascinating how specific the damage can be in a stroke. And switching directions again, how cool it is to see the recovery happening day by day, bit by bit, movement by movement. It's really, from my point of view, it's fascinating. From his point of view, I'm sure it's exhausting. Good. Let that go. Sit on the front edge of your chair. Sit up tall, belly button in, shoulders back and down. Brace your belly. We're going to straighten at the knee and bend. How cool is it that we have this crazy technology that lets me be, I don't know how many gazillion miles away I even am. I'm only 1 hour time zone away. I'm on effectively central time here, so it's noon in Ecuador. But it's like I'm in the room with you, except I can't see you. Okay, I'm guessing that's about 8 or 9. So let's do a couple more. And then switch legs. Don't forget, hold in on your belly button. Sit up tall. Good. There goes one of those motorcycles. What's really cool that we can get the street noise, but we can't hear the neighbors at all. Nobody upstairs, nobody downstairs, no doors slamming. The walls are solid here. Good. I'm going to guess that's pretty close to 12. Let's switch back to the first leg. Tall again in your seat, and we're going to swing out and back. As you can see, we're in a lovely apartment. This is a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath apartment, so huge for the two of us. It's bigger than our house. We started out in a different apartment, but for the first few days, we took turns being sick. And the first apartment only had 1 bed and a love seat. I'm switching legs. So neither one of us could get any sleep while the other was sick. So we ended up moving to a bigger space so that we could spread out a little bit. And everybody's fine now, so it's all good. But you'd be shocked at how affordable the real estate is here. Good. I'm just swinging out and back. Beautiful. Now, I'm going to scoot back one more time so that my feet will show. And we're going to do a couple of things around the ankles. So, and I hope this shows for you, I'm going to turn my feet so that my arches are pointed up at me and the outside edge of my foot, which you can't see, the outside edge of my foot is on the floor. So my knees turn out a little bit. Your feet can be wherever they're comfortable, but you're on the outside edge of the foot. And I'm just going to have you do a little marching step like that, which is tricky because you're using these muscles on the insides of your calves to keep the arch turned up. And your feet might already be cramping. Your ankles might already feel like they want to cramp because that's a weird little position, but it's really good for those muscles around your ankles that support you when you're balancing. And then I'm going to come back to flat and go the other way, which is turn the arches toward the floor and pick up the outside edge of the feet. My knees kind of pull together in that position. And I'm going to try to do that funny little march. And you're going to need your core muscles to hold you upright, unless you want to slump backwards, which I'd rather you not do. So just a little clomp, clomp, clomp. And again, this time you're feeling it on the outside of your shins, trying to keep those little toes turned up. And relax. I actually think I'm going to go right into some more ankle circles, just a few in each direction to loosen those lower leg muscles back up, because that was intense enough. Good. So just go a little bit in each direction, and that looks good. Okay. Sitting again on the edge of your seat, hands on the outsides of your knees, nice long spine. I'm pushing the knees out into the hands and the hands into the knees for a big isometric squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. So you should feel this in your rear end, maybe a little bit in your belly as you're bracing, certainly in your upper arms because your arms aren't as strong as your legs. But I definitely feel that. Now I'm going to switch hands on the insides of the knees, long spine, knees squeeze in, hands try to resist by pressing out and release. Squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. I feel this more on the inner thighs, lower belly, and triceps. Good, 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 good. Squeeze and release. I'm not counting. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to make it to 12. I think we're getting close to 8 or 9, and that feels like enough. Whew. Okay. Let's do this way. So knee picks up, hand pushes down, and I'm just going to alternate. Push, push. So you're driving your knee up into your palm, pushing down with your arm. You should feel that a lot in your belly and your hip flexors, right in the front of your hip. That's exhausting. Oh. Yeah, definitely feel that in the belly too. If you poke yourself, you'll feel the muscles engage. They just firm up a little bit, right? Good. Same thing. I don't think I'm going to make it to 12 on each leg. That's close enough, right? So now, back up to upright. I'm going to put heels underneath my knees. I'm sitting right on my sit bones, and I'm just going to drive the heel straight down into the floor, and then other foot straight down into the floor. You can see I shift in my seat as my rear end contracts, my hamstrings contract. So you're feeling this in the back of your legs and in your rear end. So in these last 4 moves, we've taken our hips through, let's see, which order did we do them in? Abduction, adduction, flexion, and now extension. Good, 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 good. Okay, it's time we stood up. It's balance day. So come up to standing for me. And we're going to walk around to the back or the side of your chair. As we do, I'm going to pick this up strangely because I don't like it scraping on the floor. It makes a lot of noise. And I'm going to stand beside it so that you can see me. I'm going to give you all a second to get around to the back of your chairs because I know not everybody walks at the same pace. In fact, I'm just going to start with a little side step and tap, which keeps me occupied and busy because I had a lot of coffee this morning. You know, we're in Ecuador. They grow it here. It's pretty cool. And it's quite good. So, side step and tap, and then I'm going to come back to rest with my feet hip width apart and toes parallel and pointed straight ahead. And let's come up on the toes and back down. And up on the toes and back down. And you can see it's quite bright in the room. I don't have a single light on. I'm facing a wall of windows. We've got the shades drawn. It's actually a cloudy day, but it's really bright here. Good. Now I'm going to stand on the heels and draw the toes up. And I'm going to try to keep my core engaged and keep my body vertical. It's tempting to push the hips back to counterbalance, but don't do that. Try not to do that. We want to feel this in the front of the shins and very subtly in your core, trying to keep you upright. Beautiful. Okay. Let's take a slightly wider stance, so shoulder width apart or thereabouts. And I'm just going to start weight shifting from one leg to the other. Give myself a little more room. Right, shift side to side. Keep it well under your control. Feel what happens in your core, in your knees, in your hips as you get kind of to the end of your range of motion. You'll feel, it feels like you don't want to go any farther than that. It'll start to feel unsafe if you go any farther. I end up going far enough that my heel of the leg I'm not standing on picks up off the floor. I don't think you can quite see that from the angle here. You may not go that far, right? You may just shift a little bit. That's all fine. But I'm going to add on to this. So we're going to keep shifting side to side. And what I'm going to do is, when I'm on one leg, I'm going to reach the opposite arm forward. Right? So I'm on this is my right leg, my left arm. And boy, oh boy, talk about backwards. I've been doing all this stuff with my dad, and so I'm mirror image, and I'm trying to work his right side and doing it with my left side. So between that and the time zones, I am really confused. But it's okay, because that feels pretty normal to me, actually. So I'm just shifting and reaching, shifting and reaching. If your shoulders allow, you can reach all the way overhead as you shift. And then I'm going to come back to just shoulder high, except this time I'm going to go shoulder high with a little rotation, so like I'm reaching to the corner of the room. So shift my weight onto one leg, reach forward and rotate. So you kind of have to plant that leg and really use your core to support that twist and reach. And again, you're of course going to do this in the range of motion that feels good and safe for you. Beautiful. Oh, that feels good. You'd be surprised how little exercise I've been getting. It's it's embarrassing, really. We walk a lot, which is nice. But as you know, it's not enough, and I can feel what's missing from the things that I haven't been doing. So let's let go of that, and let's come into the staggered stance. So my feet are still hip width to shoulder width apart side to side, but one foot is slightly forward of the other. How far forward is up to you? Whatever feels like kind of a comfortable stride. You might just stand with your feet together, take a step, and that's the right distance. All right, and then I'm going to start that diagonal weight shift back to front, front to back. I'm working on heel to toe, toe to heel. Right, so when I shift onto the back leg, my front toes pick up. When I shift onto the front leg, my back heel picks up. I want you standing up nice and tall, feeling like you've got good control. Your body's kind of moving in this diagonal line. And then I'm going to add on the arms. So hands in front of your shoulders. As you shift forward, push forward. As you shift back, pull back. Good. Push and pull. It's a little harder when you're reaching. It's more for your brain to coordinate. Don't go too far. There we go. Good. I'm going to switch the forward leg. Get into the position that feels good, widthwise and lengthwise. And then start to shift the weight from the back leg to the front leg, moving on the diagonal. I suppose I could do this sideways so you could see what it looks like that way. So you're kind of shifting on this nice little diagonal line. And just testing your limits, but testing them gently and safely. Then I'm going to add the arms, hands at the shoulders, push out, pull back. Good. I promise I'll save a minute at the end to give you a look out the window. The sun is coming out. It seems like it often starts out cloudy in the morning, and then the clouds partly or mostly burn off. It often rains a little bit overnight, sometimes a little bit during the day, not a whole lot during the day, but just a little bit. All right, so that's enough of that. I stopped that. Let's go to a single leg stand with a kickstand. So stand on one leg, you choose which one. The other foot is down on the floor like a kickstand. So toe down, but all your weight is on this leg. 95% of your weight is on this leg, 5% on this leg. Get your tail underneath you, grip with your rear end, zip up your belly, stand up tall, shoulders down in your back pockets. Think about lengthening, getting as tall as you can. That activates your core for you. If you're feeling wild, you can pick up the toe of the kickstand. If you need it, keep it. If you need the other foot a little bit more down, or if you need to shift a little bit of your weight onto that foot, go right ahead. You know what feels safe. We want you to be challenged, but safe. Good. I'm switching legs. So shift to the other side. Take your time in the setup. Get your weight over your foot. Tuck your tail under. Squeeze with your rear end. Figure out how much weight goes on each leg. Get tall through your spine. Relax your shoulders down, pick your head up. That is all beautiful. And then I'm just going to hold there. Really feel that in the core, trying to keep me nice and upright. Beautiful. Good. And relax and wiggle your feet. And let's kick yourself in the rear end a few times so that you are working your hamstrings, picking up your heels, stretching the front of your thighs. Excellent. Okay, I'm going to turn to hang on to the back of my chair. You're going to just hang on to yours. And good, that's not a message I need to see. Let's bend one knee. So you're standing on one leg, other knee is bent. Stand up tall, get your tail under, belly in, and just push that foot straight back and release it. Push it back and release it. I'm trying to keep the pelvis still as the leg pushes back, so I'm not tipping, and I'm trying not to arch either. I'm trying to keep that pelvis still, and you should feel that right in your rear end. Doesn't move very far. Yeah, doesn't move very far at all. My knee doesn't really go much past vertical. All right, I'm going to not hold on for the next one. Push and push. You should be holding on. I'm just not going to drag my chair around. I'm going to use my balance skills to keep me from falling over and embarrassing myself. Whew, she said. Push it back. Push it back. Good. That feels like enough. Wide stance with your hips, big hip circles. Loosen that all back up. And other direction. Excellent. And then it's time to stretch already. I can't believe how quickly time flies. So 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Drop that back heel to the floor. Back leg is straight, front leg is bent. Lean over your chair however much you want. Increase or decrease the amount of stretch by increasing or decreasing the distance between your feet. So if you want more stretch, just shimmy back a little bit. Ooh, that's enough. Good. Then switching legs. Step back, heel settles to the floor. I'm trying to keep toes pointed straight ahead. So I like to peek at my back foot and make sure it's pointing straight ahead and not off to the side. Beautiful. Good. Feet back together. Hang on to your chair. Walk backwards a few steps. Reach your rear end all the way back. You're trying to flatten out and lengthen your spine. Stretching the back of the legs, back of the hips, sides. You know, I love that side to side wiggle. Sometimes a side to side wiggle with the hips, because I get some funky stuff in the low back. And then I'm going to bend knees, tuck tail, come back up, and come back around to seated for the last of the stretches. So, get yourself back into your chairs at whatever pace works for you. And I'm going to start with the hamstring stretch. So I'm sitting on the front edge of the chair, one leg stretched out in front, the other leg is bent. I'm going to sit up super tall. I'm going to imagine that my upper body and my leg are blades of a scissors, and I'm trying to bring them together. It's not going to happen, but I'm going to try. So I'm going to keep the upper body nice and tall, tilt from the pelvis. Bring the belly button to point more down instead of more up, right? Oh, and there's the stretch in the back of the leg. That feels really good. Back of the leg, and I get some stretch in my low back in this position too. Nice deep breath. And then I'm going to switch legs. Hinge at the hips. Tilt the pelvis forward. I'm reaching my chin toward my toes. Good. Then come back up to upright and let's do a seated twist. So sit up tall, reach one hand across your lap, outside the opposite knee. Lengthen your spine and turn to look over your shoulder. If you can and want, you can use the back of your chair to help just gently bring yourself around. It's never supposed to hurt, remember? It should always feel good. I'm going to let that go slowly and carefully back and come to the other side. Other arm, other leg, tall, looking over my shoulder and turning. Oh, feeling how much tighter it is on one side than the other. Nice deep breaths. Beautiful. Come back around to the front. Uh-oh, I'm running late. I'm going to do one more stretch, two more stretches, hip stretch and the hallelujah, because, you know, you got to have the hallelujah. So give that a little wiggle. You got one foot up on the opposite knee. Sit up tall. Hinge forward very gently, just until you feel a stretch in the hip. Take a deep breath. And then switch legs. Good. Sit up tall. Wiggle if that helps. Tilt from the pelvis. There's the stretch. Take a deep breath. Outstanding. I'm going to untangle, take a wide stance. Hands together, reach for the ceiling. Side bend. Oh, I'm doing that a couple of times in each direction. And then super tall again in the middle. Brace your core. Hold on tight as you swan dive forward. Brace yourself with hands on knees or all the way to the floor. Let your low back open up. Take a deep breath while you're down here. And then draw in on your belly, hands on your knees, push to come up. Fantastic. And I'm going to take you on a little trip to look out the window here. There's the opposite camera. That's through the shades. Here we go. So there's the busy intersection that we're on the corner of. High-rise buildings, single-family homes, big gorgeous mountains, puffy clouds, bright blue sky. Holy cow, it's beautiful here. You can't believe the flowering trees, the flowers in everybody's yards year round. I can't quite get the yard that's down below us, but they have spectacular flowers. That's one of four rivers over on the left side of the screen behind those tall trees. That's the Rio Tomebamba. There are four rivers that run through town. You can kind of see there's a bike path, bike and walking path along there. And those mountains that you see in the background, they're all the way around. They completely encircle the town. So it feels like home, and it feels not at all like home at the same time. It's an interesting place, and I can't wait to tell you all about it when I get back to see you, hopefully soon. And I'll we'll know more soon, and I will keep you posted. Thank you guys for being here today. I'll be back same time on Friday, and we'll do weights and our usual stuff because it's not Flexible Friday yet, but it's coming. Take care, everybody. See you soon.